are beer casuals.
All right. So,
Do you want me to change holes? Will that be more comfortable for you?
once it's in, it's good.
Eh, not always.
Ooey.
We're talking about microphones, Sam.
Yeah, what are you thinking of?
All right. So, I want to open up with a story.
From me?
No, from me. What? What did you do?
The last one. Can I show out?
See, that'd be a good little story to start. I'm gonna say that on here now. Don't worry, none of your friends will ever listen to this. Oh wow, some of that's loud.
So it was probably my laugh.
Yeah, probably. We're good. So one of our kids had his wisdom teeth out today.
And
So
he's
I'm
none the
tired because I've been
wiser
up
for
since
it.
early, and I took him to that. So that's my excuse for looking like crap today. Every other day, I don't know. I got nothing. So they set him up with a bunch of gauze in his mouth to soak up the blood, and he also can't talk because he's biting down on gauze and frozen and bleeding. So he just texted Sam and said earlier when he was trying to switch out the gauze, he was trying to take the gauze out of his mouth, and he was wondering why it wasn't coming out until he realized he was pulling on his lip.
His face is still numb.
His face is still numb. Yeah, and it's been a couple hours. I wonder if that's ever going to go away. Your face may be permanently numb.
Is it comfortably numb?
He doesn't get the reference.
But I think the bleeding has slowed. That's not
I think it is. There's no blood gushing from your face anymore, so I think we're okay.
This would be a good spot if you're doing the video and editing. You put like a gush of blood going across the screen.
I'm not good at animating yet. I'm working on it.
It's not an animation. That's just an effect.
Oh, an animated effect. So whenever we talk about what
Nothing. Continue.
are you doing?
She's touching the voice.
Are you trying to
button.
figure out the difference between your left and right hand?
No, there's just a flashing red light, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, that is.
She's looking for the G spot.
Oh, I know where that is.
Is that over here?
That's the record light on his phone, Sam.
Oh, my laugh is uniform. Look at that.
Yeah, that won't be in the final video. I was like, how is there a flashing light coming from Al's mug? What are you talking about? But yeah, that means it's functioning as intended.
Okay, so next time we record, you can't have that facing us because I'm just going to be staring.
That's a short. Oh man. Oh yeah, because I was going to tell my wisdom tooth story because I always tell this whenever we talk about wisdom teeth, and people are like, "What?" So when I got my wisdom teeth out, because they're telling him, they're like, "Okay, don't eat for this many hours, no solid food for this many days, and don't operate any kind of machinery, heavy or otherwise."
Does he use his teeth for that?
I think so. Yeah, he's this. He's paralyzed from the neck down, so he controls everything with a bit that he bites on with his.
Is it because he got run over by a big man in his youth?
Yes.
You almost drowned him.
No, he's not actually paralyzed, and I'm not trying to mock paralyzed people.
I didn't drown him. I purposely picked him up in the water, so I fell on him in the water instead of falling on him in the sand.
But when I got my wisdom teeth out when I was younger, I drove myself home and stopped for McDonald's drive-thru on the way home because I'd been fasting since the night before I was hungry, and I just because the nurse for him. I'm trying not.
Tell him this story. Tell the nurse that story.
Well, yeah, that's what that's what I was about to say. I was like, she was like, "Oh yeah, just make sure you don't drive, don't do anything crazy, all this stuff." And I was like, when I got my wisdom teeth, I drove myself home. And she's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, it wasn't that bad." And she's like, "Oh," and I was like, "Yeah." And I stopped for McDonald's on the way home. I was starving. And she's like, "You what?"
You put under anesthetic?
No.
Yeah, he was. Is there?
They
is there
just
a
they just
difference?
jabbed a needle in my mouth and yanked him out.
I know, but would that
Got in there with their little hammer and chisel and tapped on it a few times because
you weren't impacted then?
I was impacted greatly. I'm missing 4 teeth now. No, they were broken through the gum line. They didn't have to go digging for them, but they did have to. They actually used like a hammer and chisel. I'm sure there's a technical dental tool that they use, but it was a hammer and chisel.
It's a dental hammer and chisel.
Do you think they call it that?
No, I know that they call it that. At least.
Are you a dentalist?
No, I'm just gonna sound like an expert. I have absolutely no idea if I know that's true, but I'm just gonna pretend I do.
All right. So why are we here?
Well, I didn't get to say my wisdom tooth part.
Oh, you got your wisdom teeth out?
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
So again, I got to sleep in the dentist office, and my parents brought me home, and they helped me out of the back seat, and the neighborhood kids go by and said, "Wow."
Mouth goes here.
So as
I realize you're talking to me, but pretend you're talking to the mic and then me.
I thought the mic had enough, but I didn't notice it. So no, I got my wisdom teeth out. I got to sleep in the.
Keep going. I'm just giving audio level advice.
This is his podcast,
because you can see the.
Let's stop that. So, I had my wisdom teeth out. I got to sleep in the dental office. My mom and dad took me home, and as they're pulling me out of the car, the neighborhood kids, I don't know why the neighborhood kids weren't in school, by the way, but the neighborhood kids driving by and said, "Look, he's drunk."
Was it summer?
No, there was school to go on.
Okay.
But anyway, I had fish and chips that night for dinner.
Oh, that sounds tasty.
Yeah.
So you say you got to sleep in the dentist office. I got to sleep in the dentist office a little while ago too, because his last appointment that I took him to, I had to get up early and to take him to the dentist. And I think I'd worked the night before or something, and I was so tired. So I took him in, and I waited in the waiting room while he went and got dentaled, and I passed out in the waiting room, just in the chair with my head up against the wall, just out cold. He was in there for like half an hour, 40 minutes. He came out, and I was just passed out.
Hey,
So I got to sleep in the dentist office too.
I thought I took him
Probably. No, it was just his appointment then. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He goes to the dentist a lot.
He needs to brush his teeth more.
They told him not to brush his teeth today.
Well, I know. I kind of figured. Did he brush them before he went?
I don't know.
Okay, not important.
Yeah, I got excited once. I was going to the dentist, and so they said, "We haven't been here for a while, so we're going to have to check you up. We're going to do a cavity search. They're going to look for cavities."
Oh,
they word
you didn't
it like
take your
that?
pants off, did
I
you?
got so super excited. Man, was I disappointed.
Yeah. Well, just you thought you were disappointed then. Wait till they tell you they got to fill your cavities. Yeah. See, the disappointed you'd feel when
That's a good one.
Sam, do you have anything funny to say? Because Al's not laughing at my jokes.
No. Am I really that funny of a person? No, I'm
Funny
not.
looking.
Oh.
People can see you now.
Yeah, I know. My boss was surprised because I took my hair out, like, down from work.
Mm-hmm.
Down.
So
out-
do you
I
have
don't
your
know
hair
what I'm
down
saying.
today because you dyed it?
No, no one can tell. You can't tell I dyed it.
Oh, you
Like,
dyed your
it's-
hair. I noticed that.
Did you actually? Because
She
Yes.
highlighted it.
I highlighted it and the toner was so close to my natural hair color, there was no point of me doing it.
You should have went to Staples.
It does look different.
Does it?
Yeah.
Anyways,
You should have gone
but
to Staples.
I don't normally take
Printer
my
joke.
hair down because I work in a kitchen and from the locker room to the front door, I have to walk through the kitchen, so I always just keep my hair up. But I took it down to show my friend my hair.
You have a friend?
I have a friend, Melissa. She listens.
Oh, neat.
I've talked about her
Like
before.
still after all this time? No, probably not.
No, I think so. I send her the funny episodes.
They're all funny episodes.
We have
I took
funny
it down
episodes?
And my boss called me in, and she was surprised about how long my hair was, and she doesn't understand how I just get it back in that tiny clip I use.
Well, I was going to say your hair's thin, but it's not. It's thick.
It's not. It's not thin.
Well,
But she's like, she was surprised about how I got all my hair tucked back into one little clip.
That was the same
it is-
concept of sex.
It is shocking.
How you
It's a
get
clip.
how you get something so big.
Oh.
Into,
So, I was going to say something.
Anyways,
why are we
we're
here?
casuals.
Oh yeah, you're like talking. You're like sitting up and attentive and like you're good today.
I'm on my third cup of coffee.
Oh okay.
third cup of Joe.
I'm on my first cup of decaf.
I drank one cup at work, but it wasn't very good coffee because it was
Work coffee.
work coffee. So then
Does work coffee just automatically make it bad?
It's just the brand we get.
What if you work at Tim Hortons? Is work coffee still bad?
You
He's
can
not.
ask
He's
him.
not here.
Yeah. 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 You said Tim Hortons. The coffee's bad.
I like McDonald's coffee.
McDonald's does have better coffee.
It is the old Tim Hortons coffee.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the same in the States because we do have the majority of our listeners are, those people. So like, I don't know, like up here we have a chain called Tim Hortons. Some Americans know this, some don't.
Tim Hortons is in the U.S.
It is in some of the U.S.
It's in a number of shows. There's a number of references in shows.
I know, there are. But I mean, depending on where you live in the States, you may have never heard of Tim Hortons. Like, for example, I don't think they have a Tim Hortons in Louisiana.
I think there are some American Tim Hortonses out there.
There are a lot of American Tim Hortonses, but I'm saying there's large parts of the U.S. that don't have Tim Hortons. That's not the point of my story. The point of my story is that up here we have their Tim Hortons that used to have pretty good coffee, but they decided to switch to a cheaper brand to make more money because they're into that. And their old coffee supplier was taken over by McDonald's. So McDonald's in Canada now has the good coffee that you used to get at the real coffee shop. So McDonald's has better coffee than our coffee shop.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim Hortons coffee. If we go to Tim Hortons, we get a coffee.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
Okay. You also don't like coffee that much.
Get Tim Hortons brand coffee pods.
Oh, it's different coffee. It's completely different coffee.
Because I think the coffee pods for a coffee maker taste better than the coffee that we get from Tim Hortons.
Yeah, the
but
coffee.
It's still Tim Hortons brand.
It's Tim Hortons brand, but it's different coffee. It's just it's basically just a coffee supplier that Tim Hortons has paid to put their brand on it.
Oh.
Like that's how most stuff like that works. Like it's completely different coffee.
No, I'm not saying this to you. It's just that seems wrong. Yes, it's
wrong.
great. It's great that it's better coffee. I mean, that's not wrong.
technically-
But here's the thing: if you're going to put a drink out there that is branded by you, it should kind of represent what you serve.
Oh, they don't care. They're going to make money either way.
Yeah. But anyway, when you said make money, you done
We're
your drink?
drinking Costco brand right now.
Cheers, mate. I should drink.
Costco brand is Australian, apparently. So what were you going to say? Well, no, just Al said cheers, mate, when you said Costco brand.
Oh.
What was I going to say?
You were expressing your disillusionment.
When you said, because they're making money, they're like, you kind of said that when you scoffed at it, and you like it when companies go out there to make money. Like you say something about, wow, how they went into tokens is good to make money. So I agree with you when it comes to Tim Hortons changing their coffee to make money. I would scoff at that one too. Don't mess with a man's coffee.
Which part? Oh, yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm scoffing at them compromising quality to make more money.
The point probably should have been made earlier. It has no impact now.
Yes. So we are Mere Casuals, a World of Warcraft podcast that focuses on Wrath of the Lich King, a World of Warcraft expansion. What?
Nothing.
What?
I can hear Al breathing.
Al breathes. Al breathes like constantly.
Well, you're
I am begging for the day that Al stops breathing.
It's just really loud.
Is it because you're sitting slightly closer to him than normal?
Maybe, because I'm not usually this close to him.
Oh, Al just moved into my triangle.
I didn't bump it.
I don't know. We'll
No,
see.
he has to put
No,
his
my
face-
triangle, not my tripod. My triangle. It's a high effort angle. So I am Josh / Will Riker. Sometimes.
Sam/Rolaren.
I'm Alan /Okona Righteous Squid.
Didn't you make a Notagog?
Did a Notagog.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that later. So that's our introduction. We should move into the podcast now because I had cheese in my breakfast and that was a mistake.
Why?
I don't know.
Because cheese is good for
It
It was
you.
in the fridge,
Like
the dairy cheese,
oh.
like the full dairy cheese that makes me uncomfortable.
Well, we have the other stuff.
Stupid cheese. I blame Wisconsin.
So you're uncomfortable with the stuff that comes out of your bum. I'm uncomfortable with the stuff that goes.
No,
okay.
it's not. It doesn't do that. It just makes me uncomfortable.
He's bloated.
It doesn't come out in any kind of unfortunate way.
He bloated. What did he bloated?
It's not.
Bloated.
I shouldn't eat cheese.
That's a shame. That's
So,
like saying you can't eat chocolate.
Here's what we're gonna
Well,
do.
Can't eat cheese.
I mean, I have a mild issue. We're gonna pause. We're gonna pause for the news intro, and maybe an ad break. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But we're gonna at least pause for the news intro.
It's time for the news.
Okay, that was the news intro. So the problem I have is I opened the news on my phone and then put my phone on the tripod because I never think things through. So on the Discord, on our news feed, I did see that they are making some changes to Ulduar in the upcoming phase content, etc. patch.
Would you like access?
To the... Oh, this is probably easier. Sam has handed me a phone. Handed me a phone. See, I thought I was going to say this, and then Al was going to be like, "Oh, I read that," because I thought you usually have the news open there. But
it's open now.
do you want to? Have you seen this?
I haven't read it. It just came through today, didn't it?
Was it June
Joyous
9th?
Journey
June 9th
stops
was
the
3 days
19th.
ago. Yes, they
That's
did.
all I got.
I don't know if we already knew that or if people already knew that. I suspected it, but Joyous Journeys is ending on the 19th. I think they should just keep going with it, but no, they got to stop it when the new phase comes out. So if you want to level alts, do it now. Other interesting news piece is, man,
It's the cheese.
it is the cheese. So they have done some. What's going on?
Nothing. Continue.
They've done some changes coming to Ulduar in the patch that Trial of the Crusader is going to come out with. So they have. I will just read off the list of changes, and then we can talk about them briefly because I have a feeling like you guys won't care a whole lot. So the Expedition Base Camp teleporter inside the entrance to Ulduar is now always active. Do you know what that means?
That means you don't have to clear the zone to
That
get
means,
the other
yeah,
zones.
you can skip some things.
'Cause
Players.
I'm not interested.
I was more talking about Sam. She probably has no idea
No,
what
I
we're
get
talking
it
about.
now.
Players may now use the Expedition Base Camp teleporter to port directly to the antechamber of Ulduar. Do you know what that means?
No.
You're looking at it, so you probably don't know.
No, I'm not looking at it. But I do know what that means.
So even if Flame
What about
Leviathan...
the Uncle Chamber?
The Uncle Chamber? That doesn't come until Trial of the Crusader. Antechamber of Ulduar, even if Flame Leviathan and XT have not been yet defeated. So Ignis and Flying Dragon guy, I forget his name.
Razor Scale.
They were always skippable. But why, though? Why would you skip them? But they were always skippable. XT and Flame Leviathan are now also skippable. You could probably even just skip Flame Leviathan if all the ports are available. But so that's
What's
cool.
that?
Flame Leviathan is the
car.
vehicle one that you hate
Oh,
and complain
okay.
endlessly about.
One that everybody hates, but I don't understand. It's just it's a simple
I
fight.
find it is one of the easiest. Not on hard mode, it is the easiest fight in Ulduar.
So it's
It
just
is-
a pre-fight. Stop complaining about it. Just go kill it and then move on and get some loot. It's like free loot. You're free loot before you go in.
It is free loot. On normal mode, it's difficult to fail. You can accidentally beat Flame Leviathan on
You
normal
did that
mode.
once. I remember.
Yeah, I soloed it once.
So I think we're talking about the
Recently?
same thing.
No, this was a while ago. I didn't actually solo it. I was
Yeah,
just
he
the
was
last
just the last
person
one
left
alive.
So next point, after defeating Kolagarn, that's the guy with the two arms that you can individually target. The
They should have called him
door,
Kolagarm.
I think they just forgot the last hump. The door to General Vesix will unlock, and Vesix and his trash will immediately spawn. So I guess before you had to kill Hodier and Thorum and Freya. Is that what their names are? Thorum, yeah. Hodier, Thorum, and Freya, the three guardians. You had to kill those before Vesix would open up and spawn. So I guess you can now skip those as well. So you
So is
could,
there
I
even
guess...
a point of doing it if you can skip them all?
Well, you
Loot.
can't skip them all. It looks like you can skip to Kolagarn. Good. It looks like you can skip to Kolagarn, and Iron Council was also always skippable. And Algalon was not just skippable, but also not available for most people. So you can skip to Kolagarn, do Kolagarn, and I guess Cat Lady, because you don't want her messing with you walking around her circle. And then you can skip straight to Vesix and Yogg. So you could do a Yogg clear, only killing, 4 bosses, including Yogg. Yes! If the bleeding has stopped.
Oh, what?
So I'm just talking. He texted you. So Yogg Saron, I don't know how to pronounce it, will also now drop additional fragments of Valinir depending on how many Titan Keepers are assisting your raid. So, see, that's a thing. So if you skip all of the Keepers, I guess you can't have them assist when you're killing Yogg. Like if you don't kill Freya, Thorum, and Hodier, I guess you have to do... And is Flame Leviathan the other one? No, Mimron. Oh, I forgot about Mimron. Yeah, Mimron you have to kill too. if you don't kill any of the keepers, no, you wouldn't have to kill Mimron, because he doesn't. If Vezix opens up after you kill Kolagarn, then you could skip all 4 keepers. But I'm assuming if you don't kill any of the keepers, you can't have them assist with your Yogg fight. So if you do like a full skip run, then you're doing Yogg 0. In which case, you would definitely always, 100% of the time, get 3 fragments of Valinir for the legendary. Right?
Nice.
Yes.
Which is a good priest stick. Best in slot. You'll probably never have one though. It's
Thanks for
well,
having
it's
faith
true.
in
You
me.
won't. Well, have you ever done an Ulduar hard mode?
Nope.
Do you have intention of ever doing an Ulduar hard mode?
Nope.
Then you will never have a Valinir. That's just the way that works. So you always get 3 if you do it with 0. You always get 2 if you do it with 1. And with 2 or more keepers, you always get at least 1 fragment. So that's cool. And the 1-hour timer for defeating Algalon the Observer has been removed. So if you choose, you could spend 16 hours straight wiping to Algalon.
Yeah, I was watching somebody do it yesterday. I probably could have used a little more time. I won't mention any names.
Well, that's been one of the hurdles. So some guilds, I would imagine, even if they unlock Algalon, they might not be able to kill him, because I've heard he's a hard fight. Never seen him. I don't know, but
Yeah.
a lot of people. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And you're asking if there's any point. If we're going into a new raid, I think it's pretty much the same as the Nax skip. Just giving people a chance to go in and do some things, get some gear to get ready for the next raid.
It is,
Without having to
Okay.
fight their way through everything.
Yeah, it's similar to Nax. It's a little different than Nax in that with Nax, KT in the end dropped a higher item level than the rest of the zone. So you could skip the whole zone and then just go kill the 226 stuff from KT, whereas the rest of the zone's 213. Am I got the right numbers? I might have the right numbers. I don't know. I think with
Somebody will correct
Ulduar,
you.
normal is all X and hard mode is all Y.
Y.
I don't think. I mean, Algalon has better loot. I don't know off the top of my head if it's a higher item level or not. I'm sure someone will tell me, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, it's the same idea. It allows people to not have to clear the whole zone to go get their BIS stuff that they still need from Algalon. And I don't know if there's any other news. Do you know of any other news?
Well,
Well-
now that we're level, this isn't news. Never mind.
Save it for the non-news section.
Well, they've taken actions against exploitative
Oh, I
accounts.
did see that. And I had thought to myself, we should mention that on the episode. Back for mini break. So yeah. Do you want to read that?
I don't think my computer's going to open it up very well.
Oh, it's
but
not? Oh.
I got the headline. It says Blizzard has announced that they've taken over 167,000 actions against exploitative WoW accounts in Wrath of Lich King Classic. Almost exactly 3 months ago, they banned 120,000. So I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there say that's not enough. They should get rid of the token.
That's a lot.
But that's a lot. Also, which was released just a couple days after our last recording, McFarlane Toys to develop a new line of Diablo 4, World of Warcraft, and Arclight Rumble collectibles.
That's amazing.
That's
I don't
toys.
have the budget or the time to collect anything beyond what I'm already collecting, but cool.
Oh, they're new toys, so they might not be expensive. McFarlane, though, maybe.
They'll be expensive still.
Let's take a look and see anyway.
Oh, I may look at them. I just don't think I don't have a WoW collection, and I
is
can't
odd.
imagine starting at this point.
We should get some WoW
I
stuff.
feel like WoW is not your top collector.
It's not, and I already collect something, so I don't want to collect a second thing. Like, it's not that I wouldn't.
Do you know what would be cool to do? WoW
What?
puzzles.
Do they make those?
I don't know.
I would
But
say
you
yes.
said you want to start layering the house with just, instead of like wallpaper, puzzles.
I think that would be cool.
So not just, we would put your... Would you take your puzzles out of the frames then?
No, I would buy those puzzles again and do new ones and
Oh,
glue
okay.
them to the wall. Because much
Yeah.
like I have multiple paladins, I will buy multiple versions of the same puzzle.
Okay.
Because there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, some of them are hard.
You should
None of them are
you should Frame
hard.
up your comics is what you should do.
I should.
We also have 3,000 piece puzzles to do.
Yeah, I need to make the space for it and set aside a week where I can actually focus on it and do
We
it.
have holidays coming up.
We do. We should do, because I have 2 stretches off. We should do one the first stretch and one the second stretch.
Just so you know, I think we booked off the wrong weeks again.
Who's we?
Me and you?
Like, we booked off different weeks?
Yeah.
I showed you what I booked off like multiple times.
Yeah, I know. But I think I did it wrong again.
All right, well, we'll see. But yeah, that. I don't know. That's cool that they're making toys. I just don't know if I need to buy more things.
Yeah, what would be cool is if we can get customizable characters. We need to know somebody with a 3D printer so we can print Okona, Will Riker. Although you already have Will Riker.
I don't have Will Riker the Paladin, though. I
Yes.
have Will Riker the Starfleet officer.
I got a little low there, so I had to move this over.
I'm just going to order it.
Order what?
The Rolaren doll for your set, just to have it.
You should. I don't think they make an Okona doll.
But I did look.
No.
They do have a Rolaren in.
Oh, I know they make Rolaren.
I got General Chang, so I'm happy.
Yes.
That's not Next Generation.
It's in between.
It's TOS.
It's the movies, but it's the movies. So it's not TOS, because TOS was in the 60s. And it's not TNG, because TNG was at the end of the 80s. It is a movie, so it was in the early to mid 80s. And that was Star Trek 6. So that was probably the same year that Next Generation came out, roughly. Wasn't Star Trek 6 like 86 or 87 or 88?
Undiscovered Country?
Yeah.
No.
When was it?
I would say 91 or 92.
Was it that late?
Yes, because I was working at the movie theater when it came out.
So it was, so it was during TNG. So General Chang, if you really want to, it's during TNG era. It's during the era. It has
Yeah.
the new Klingons.
He looks different.
That's Una.
Dos Trace.
Yeah.
I guess that's Uno. Uno? Yeah. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. So is there any other news? So we got because you talked about the WoW bans. I did see that. Mm-hmm. I think, so remember when we were talking about the WoW token? I was like, because they've released the WoW token, if they now crack down on bots and gold sellers, the combination of the two should solve a lot of the problems people complain about. And people like, oh, they're not gonna crack down. I actually had several people message me and say they're not gonna crack down on bots and all this stuff. And you're wrong. And I don't think I'm wrong, because I think that means they're cracking down on bots.
Yeah.
I think I called it.
Nah,
And-
everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah. So I don't know if that will, if anything, I don't know if that will cause. Have you checked the WoW token prices lately?
No.
Neither have I. I keep forgetting. I don't think to look when I'm online. I keep not thinking to check.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still good for more than a month, and I still have 2 tokens sitting in my bag, but I was thinking about checking it out.
I know last time I looked, it was up to like 59 something, so almost 6K.
Well, that's less than what I paid for my 3 each.
Is it still?
Yeah, 60,
Okay, because I think
something.
it bottomed at like 54 or something. I think that's as low as it got. But it's kind of creeping back up, and it's almost worth buying, but I would argue still maybe not worth buying. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then the toys. So that's all the news.
When you say worth buying, you mean buying the token for gold?
Yeah,
Or using gold to buy the token?
the first one.
Okay.
Like I would spend 6,000 gold for a month of gameplay. It's worth buying. The lower it gets, the more it's worth buying for that. But as for buying, like I wouldn't spend $25 on a WoW token for 6K.
No.
I just wouldn't. That's not enough gold for
No,
me
you
to spend
get more from a
$25.
private seller. Not that we endorse that.
Maybe not, because if they start banning and cracking down, then you might not have as many options, and the options may not be as cheap.
True that.
Which means overall, the cost of buying gold might stay high, because if gold buying off of third-party sites dwindles, and more people who need to buy gold / want to buy gold buy the token, then that will drive the price of the token down. So that may discourage the purchasing of gold, like, period. Like, can you imagine if the WoW token went down to being worth like 2K?
Oh.
Is someone going to spend $25 on 2K?
No.
Like, I don't think so. I mean, I would buy one. maybe I'd buy a couple, but I wouldn't. I mean, like with gold, not with mine.
Yeah.
It's the term's the same for both, so it gets confusing. But you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. I think it's going to reach a point where people just kind of forget that the WoW token's there, because I don't think it's had a whole lot of impact, and I don't think it's going to have a whole lot of impact. And I think,
Are you kidding? It ruined classic WoW.
You're right. I actually can't even log in anymore. Like
I haven't seen you log in.
I
So
have
that's
been.
why.
I've been playing with Sam all week.
Yeah, but what have you been playing?
When?
WoW.
Yeah,
When have you played with Sam?
when we were playing our mage and shaman duo.
That wasn't. We played that once.
That was like 3 days
and-
ago.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Because I've been working on a hunter for like the past week.
Just this weekend, you've been working on your hunter because I've been at work.
The whole week.
No, you made your
You were
hunter.
on evenings.
Yeah, but earlier in the
never
week when you got home from work, we
played
played
it
in the
once.
mornings. No, we played a few
Once.
times. We played a number of
Once.
times because you weren't level 80 yet, and I got you to 80. Remember last time we recorded a podcast, you were still at 78. And that was a week ago
Who
today.
did you say we were playing?
A few days ago, we played your mage and my shaman.
Yeah.
I think that was on Friday. We played those. Earlier in the week, we played your priest and my paladin because you were still working on getting 80. Remember, I was helping you get to 80?
I was 80 before you guys recorded last, but I wasn't there.
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't. You hit 80 this week.
On
No.
Saturday.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Like as in a couple days ago?
Yes.
I got
It was
there
before that.
Was it,
It was,
Friday?
It was earlier in the week. It may have been Friday. Well,
It
check.
was
You
Friday
announced
or
it on
so-
Discord.
Like I came home from work ready to play, and yeah.
It was recent because I went to work and you hit 80 while I was at work. It was probably Thursday. This is important. We need to take the time to figure this out.
Yeah, and I have to do my laundry.
So we're pausing for a little break here. We'll awkwardly cut things together.
Wednesday.
Like Wednesday, this past Wednesday?
Yeah,
The 7th.
you asked on the 7th how close to 80 I was. So yeah, when I came home after work. Because I had Thursday off. That's why I got confused. That's why I thought Saturday.
So that means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we played quite a bit together because we were trying to push you up to 80.
Yeah.
Well, Monday.
And then Thursday, I was on because I was helping you with your professions. Remember, we were running through mana tombs, getting netherweave.
Yeah, I was with you on that one.
And I think we did that Friday as well. I think aside from the weekend, because I was working and busy, I think we played together every day.
Okay.
So that
Yes, I was
so
wrong. I
there,
remember
little miss,
now.
you haven't played with me ever. I played with you every day, Sam.
Woo woo.
Just not while I was at work because I was at work. Okay, break time. What does I am a raven mean?
It's this is Hannah's old laptop, and Ravens is the team for I think this high school she went to.
Oh,
If not, the university.
Ravens. Didn't you go to high school in Peterborough?
Yeah,
Wasn't her high school then?
then the university.
Okay.
Because it could be like, didn't you go to Holy Cross?
Yeah, they're the Knights, aren't they?
Yeah, I think
Which is
so.
weird. I went to St. Thomas More High School in Hamilton, and we had the STM Knights.
Yeah, here's a secret. Every city has a high school with their mascot, the Knights.
Yes, but it's just weird that I went.
I
to the
know,
one
I
in
know,
Hamilton.
I know what you're saying. I'm just high schools are super uncreative with their mascot choices because you've got a whole lot of knights, you've got a lot of wildcats or tiger cats, you've got a lot of lions.
I was the Talons.
There's only one Tiger Cats. Come on now.
There's several. You got a lot of mustangs. You got a lot of
Who are the other Tiger Cats? I only know one team named Tiger Cats, and it's the Tiger Cats.
one CFL team. There's high schools.
There's high schools with Tiger Cats?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I would Google it, but I don't have access to my phone. So we'll just have to assume I'm right.
Yeah. Or not.
So here's a question.
Why am I so low?
Those are American, or not American, those are Canadian high schools. What do American high schools call themselves? Do you all have the same mascots as well?
Oh, the jokes.
I just assumed this conversation was going to be part of the podcast.
Well, we're talking into our microphones.
Because they're... Anyways.
I had a lot of inappropriate things to say there when you asked about the Americans, so I decided that'd be the second time today, third time I've seen. Yeah, I have a lot of inappropriate things to say when you came to mascots for... Okay, yeah.
Is it like broken?
broken.
You can jam it back in there. Yeah, just jam it.
If you promise to edit, I can tell you what they call their teams. But then you guys will all hate me.
What? I can edit it out, but I'll bleep it out. What do they call it?
Like
what is in the bottom of my cup? That's probably a stain.
So now you know why you need to edit that
I
out.
don't think that's a bug.
If that's still in...
I will definitely remember to edit it from the audio. I will try and remember to edit it from the video. I'll remember. Don't worry.
Still waiting for your video from last week.
It's gone. I don't know where it is.
You got mine.
I got your... All I have is your face from under your chin up. And nothing... I somehow misplaced...
I don't do chin-ups. What are you talking about?
You were like, oh, let's not post this. Sam's not here.
Well, I mean, I was less motivated to post it because it was just a me and Al episode.
It was good.
It was a fine episode.
Did everybody miss me?
People said, and you know full well that people said in Discord that it wasn't the same without you.
At least one person missed you.
Yeah, at least one.
Don't remember who it was.
However, we did.
Somebody.
No, it wasn't him.
We did get one comment that I'd like to point out. Is from Picky.
Well, can we let's close the news segment. Let's close the news segment first.
Oh, I thought we had done that already.
We did, but I didn't say it out loud. So now what were you saying?
So speaking of comments, there's one that I would like to point out. I always like when we get shout-outs, but especially when they point out that we've done something unique. So Picky did a shout-out to us. Shout-out to Mere Casuals for being the only podcast to talk about the best part of the WoW token, not focusing on people buying them for gold or G-Day KPS. G-Day. GD. Okay. I got you. I got the Josh syndrome.
It's hard to say.
Like all the other podcasts out there. So thank you for pointing us out. We like to do things that are unique. That's for sure.
And that's coming from a listener who is very selective on what podcasts he listens to begin with.
Oh,
because
excellent.
You could say he's picky.
Oh, that was a good one. That's a me joke that I didn't make.
Nah, I try and get ahead.
And I agree. Getting that WoW time for free is so nice.
It is. So
at least I know that if anything else goes wrong in my life, I still have WoW time banked.
Is that reassuring?
I can still get out of this real life into a fantasy life.
Terrible things
so yes,
may happen.
I think I repositioned
but I can
myself.
log into WoW.
I repositioned myself well.
Oh,
so when I talk, it seems to be really, really loud all of a sudden. So I think I'm going to keep it like this.
Yeah, you're good. Well, you have Discord open. Were there any other comments or questions in there? I looked earlier in the week, but
there's a new scenario, I believe.
Oh, was it a new? Is it Falcon Mick that does the scenarios?
Yes.
So a new Falcon Mick scenario. I do vaguely remember seeing that.
Here's the scenario. So this is getting a true off the cuff because we didn't get a chance to think about it. But if Blizzard were to introduce the concept of brawls to World of Warcraft, what custom mode would you create? His idea: World of Paladin Craft. Everyone has a pally. Ew. An instant level 60 vendor gear, and the challenge is to clear Molten Core, which has been retuned for 10 mans.
See, I do remember reading that, and I am confused.
Well,
because when he said, how did he word it? If WoW instituted a brawl system. So I saw that, and my mind went to PvP. But then he described a PvE raid. So I don't think I understand what he means by a brawl system.
Well,
is that a thing from another game that I just don't know about?
Well, they introduced the Brawler Club at some point, I believe. But I think what he means by this is probably, events. So, what will we do? Will we create an event?
So, yeah, here's what we'll do. We'll answer the question with the assumption that he means event and get some clarification as to what the brawl part means, because I don't understand
Then
that
we can answer it as if we think it's PvP. Let's give two answers.
Okay, we can do both.
Actually, I don't have an idea for an event. Anything I come up with, just I like your event, but I don't like Paladins. Although I'd play it just for fun.
Sam,
you guys go first.
Do you have any thoughts about events or PvP activities? Just think of WoW, right? Okay, so picture the game in your mind. What do you think would be cool to do with yourself and a group of people in game?
Oh, sorry.
What?
Okay, so if we're talking classic WoW, so he said 60, so we're going to go to 60. Level 60, untouched Wailing Caverns.
Would Wailing Caverns scale though?
Yeah, they did scale it once they started having the level zone up with you.
Okay,
Level up with you, so yeah, they can scale it.
So scaled up Wailing Caverns.
Yes,
Because that for some reason is your favorite dungeon.
Josh hates
I hate Wailing Caverns so much. It's so long.
yes,
And you can't even skip half of it like you can with BRD.
That's what she said.
She probably did too. Like a lot of people complain about that.
And you know what? Let's make it a little more interesting. It would be a hardcore Wailing Caverns. You die, you're out.
Oh, okay. So Sam, I feel like you were about to say something and then Al
don't
started
know.
talking.
With some raid,
Like, what?
with so like he says, title and stuff. I'm just going to continue this on. Sorry, with raid type gear, and in a title, the Wailing Icona.
So that's what that means? I don't know. I don't.
You don't know?
Because I was going to say something, but I don't think.
You were going to
That's
say
what you
something, but
mean.
you don't think. Well, what were you going to say? Try.
Because this might actually be towards a question that was asked last week where I wasn't.
Okay,
here.
then answer that question. What was the question you're answering?
I forget what it's. You go. I'll look.
Okay, so my thought. Okay, so if. Oh man, I had it. I was thinking about it as if it was PvP. Oh right, I remember now. So if it was a PvP thing that he's talking about,
Oh, I have a PvP
the
suggestion.
brawl, what I picture is like a best of the best competition. So you pool all of your paladins. I know you hate paladins. You pool all of your rogues. You pool all of your warriors. You pool all of your hunters, warlocks, mages. I feel like there's another class, priests. I'm forgetting.
I'm good with pooling all of the paladins as long as you mean we're putting them all in a pool and drowning them.
Why do you hate paladins all of a sudden? That's like a weird take.
I don't. I'm just picking on paladins.
So everybody picks on paladins. You're what's it called when you lemming? You're a lemming.
You that's okay.
Mocking
I'll jump off
paladins a
the.
little
I'll
bit.
jump off the cliff.
No,
You're
no,
paladin.
but
You can bubble. You can bubble out of the damage of being picked on.
Yeah, but the bubble goes away.
Then bubble hearth.
Yeah, you're not allowed to in certain situations. So what I was going to say is you pool all your different classes and you do a best of the best competition, like PvP, like a bracketed PvP, one-on-one duels. And if you don't want like a straight up duel, do like best 2 of 3 for each one. And then like as you beat your opponents, you move up in the bracket. You know how a bracket system works. And then you end up with the best of the best for each class. And you get a special title with it.
The longest fight. Rogues.
Possibly.
They're stealth and they're just both going around in circles.
There would have to be
to
be some kind of rule or time limit in place. Like
It would be the longest fight, but be the most boring. You know what? For that one, just to customize the rogue, they can have like explosive traps randomly pop up.
well, that's what I was gonna say because you were saying as some of the fights get long. I was gonna say put it in a small arena, like big enough that like hunters could also compete because hunters need to be a certain distance. But put it in an arena, maybe similar to the arenas, and then like after like 1 minute, like you get poison floor. And like after 2 minutes or like after 1 minute and 30 seconds, you get like blizzard rain or like different things start happening to make it like harder. And then last person alive wins that bracket. But the point is though, you end up with the best of the best and you have the top person from each class gets like a special title and maybe you name an NPC in game after each person. So like say
Get your name on a statue.
Say WoW Plus happens. WoW Classic Plus. Say Classic Plus. That's the word I was looking for. Say Classic Plus happens. And they do like one of his suggestions from last week and they add new content. So or continent. Did you say continent or content? Because I know basically a new continent would be more content and more content could be a new continent. I don't remember which word he used, but they're more or less interchangeable. Let's say they add a new continent /new content. In that
Actually, he
new,
didn't use. Oh,
this
he
was last
said-
week's scenario.
He said what changes would we make, and he mentioned an entire new continent.
So he did say the word continent. Okay. So let's say that's one of the changes. Let's say they go to Classic Plus. Let's say they add a new continent. They take the winners from those best to the bests, and they make each one of those a new NPC in game. And you get your shrine to that best of the best. And
Okay.
maybe have seasons. Every season you have a best of the best, and then when you release new content after, you're an NPC in that new content. And you can just do that indefinitely with new WoW Classic Plus content.
Okay, so with
Or
the
have PvE competitions somehow that like have a group, like if your group wins, kind of like the hardcore, what do they call it? The hardcore all-stars. Only maybe not hardcore because that's getting old. Like something like that where you have like a group doing, various activities, and the winning group, each member of that group or their group name gets enshrined in the next content release.
So if we get PvP in mind, actually, Sam, you're back. Would you like to add to this before I add my second suggestion?
I don't know an answer to that one, so I'll answer my question.
Did you hear the stuff I just said though?
No, I was focused on something else.
You'll have to
So
listen to the podcast.
I'll quickly sum it up because I want your opinion. So like they do a best of the best tournament. So each class PvPs against each other in duels. The winner gets a title, and they do WoW Classic Plus where they add new content that wasn't in Classic before, and the winners of each group get to be an NPC, get their name as an NPC in the next content patch.
Oh, that's cool.
See,
no,
that's
I like
cool.
that.
She likes that.
Did Al not like that?
He said he liked it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I just also get closer to your mic. And so what were you saying? You were asking Sam something, or you weren't. I don't remember.
Well, I just wanted to give her a chance before I went on with another suggestion.
No, I didn't understand the question, but I get the question now. But I like Josh's idea, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't think of my own idea.
So this is my suggestion on a PvP side. So if we start off at 60, no leveling required, which means there's certain zones we don't need. So PvP, we start at 60. I say we have the Terran Rail South Shore fights turn into a battleground.
Yeah, I don't understand why they never made that a battleground.
And just to add a little flavor,
Hillsbrad.
Yeah.
we can add a few things into it to make it interesting. So at South Shore, you every now and then get those stealth people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And then near us, we have the pirates, the thieves. I forget what they call them. So we should have them kind of invade
The
our camp.
Defias?
I was thinking Defias, but I think the Defias Brotherhood is up there. But we can actually use them too. So I mean, when we're doing the PvP, they also have to worry about those stealth rogues coming in, and we have to worry about the Defias coming in. And there's an elite dragon that flies around. We should have him fly around through the zone every
In
now and then.
Hillsbrad?
Just on the outskirts. We'd have to pull him down a little bit, but have him occasionally fly through.
How do I not know about this? Or are you saying they should add that?
No, he's there.
There's an elite dragon that flies around Hillsbrad.
Hillsbrad, Alterac.
There is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Teramis? It's not Teramis.
That's
is
not
it?
in Hillsbrad.
Which, this my internet.
That's in Blasted Lands.
Okay, so it's not
Badlands.
Teramis.
Blasted Lands.
So anyway, I think that would be
What's up?
because I participated in that world PvP. I make it world. Don't queue up for it. Just you get to walk in.
Just go. Well, that already existed. That was Phase 1 PvP, and people hated it.
Yeah.
Well, people loved it for a little while, but
Narilla Sands.
Narilla Sands. I feel like you're not pronouncing that right, despite never having actually seen it written down.
Narillasans. Oh, sorry. Narillasans for the Americans.
Zeed. Yeah, never heard of it. Didn't know it was there.
You never notice when you're doing like the warrior quest for your big axe, and there's like this dragon comes along. You can hear him too. You don't know that dragon is there. That shocks me.
You know what one of my favorite new movies is? Don't Look Up.
I like that.
I never look.
We may be cut short, folks.
I never look up.
As we look at, well, what are the odds of you saying
So-
that and we all look up because our lights flickered?
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Did you like that movie?
I did. Yeah,
I
did.
really like that movie.
It was a really good movie. But yeah, there's like a storm happening
Yeah,
outside, and our power just flickered. So hopefully nothing terrible happens. And by terrible, I mean
Power
we
going out.
lose audio, which is my definition of terrible, I suppose. So yeah, we're at 54 minutes. Let's keep this going just in case things get bad. But yeah, no, I don't look up while I'm playing. Why would I look up? There's nothing up there.
He's pretty much down at ground level.
I've never
Oh, I don't
seen-
believe that. At ground level in Hillsbrad?
Okay, you know what? When we're done, since we're all home, let's
I
go
have no memory.
let's
I've
go
never
look
seen
for
this
him.
before.
Let's go look for him.
Well, you just looked it up. I mean, clearly it exists. Are you sure that's not after Cataclysm?
No, it's not after Clapaclysm.
I don't remember that. I've never seen that. To the best of my remembrance.
He's in there from the beginning. Classic.
I don't remember him at all. I got nothing. I'm drawing a complete blank.
Oh.
Oh,
So I'm just looking here. It says escape from Durnhold. So that PvP arena, you can make the objective in Durnhold. You have to go and rescue somebody and get them back to your encampment before the other people die.
but then you're going outside of the. I think it would be cooler if they just did like
It's in the same
all,
zone. It's a whole freaking zone.
Don't do the whole zone though.
Well, we can cut
No,
it down
what they
to
got to do, is they got to take it and they got to do it like Warsong Gulch, nice and simple. Have not Hillsbrad. That's the
We
zone.
already have a Warsong Gulch.
I know, but this is different. Then don't do capture the flag. Do capture the puppy or something.
There-
I don't know.
there's
You got
already whole
Terran
zone
Mill and you got
PvPs.
South Shore, and you have a dividing line, that road right in the middle. It's perfectly set up as a little self-contained battleground. You don't want it big because you don't want places where people can go hide.
I like the big PvPs. They did them late. They did it later. In Miss the Pandaria, we had islands. Are you repeating me or are you agreeing with me?
I'm just saying, did I play? I guess I did. I was going to say, I don't think I played Mr. Pandaria, but I did now that I think about it. Yeah, I totally did. We had what?
There was islands of PvP. I remember having Tenderize fighting as a warrior, and man, I was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
What battleground was that? I don't remember what battleground they came out with in Mr. Pandaria.
I think it was Miss the Pandaria.
You sure it wasn't
It wasn't
the next expansion? Because if it was like Shattered Islands, I mean, I know that's not what it's called, but if that's like the theme, that sounds like a Cataclysm thing to me.
I want to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I feel like it's not important. We'll talk about it when Cataclysm comes out and we start doing a World of Cataclysm podcast.
We should start doing some PvPs.
We can.
She's saying no.
What class are you? You're Shaman, right?
Mhm.
Do you think Shaman Paladin would be a decent 2 versus 2 arena duo?
I don't know.
I could
Well,
I could go
okay.
I could go Preg spec. It's a thing. It's
Craig?
basically not Craig, Preg.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
It's
saying
it's a paladin PvP spec where you use a sword and shield, and it's like a combination of I think Ret and Prot. I don't remember exactly. I'd have to look it up. You can look up the template build for it, but that and you shamaning. I don't know. That could be cool.
Yeah. Well, in answer to your question, you said a paladin and a
I don't remember
shaman.
asking a question. Oh yeah, would it be a good duo?
Good duo. Maybe.
Good
but
answer.
But I would say a paladin and me, probably not.
Okay, yeah. And we could do threes with Sam as a priest, but you would panic. We just need to teach you how to fear.
Whoa.
I don't even have that on my bar.
Yeah, I know. It's because I don't want you to use it.
So I'm looking for a list. I typed, how hard is it to find a list of battlegrounds? So I typed list. And it didn't give me what I wanted, but, it did. But one of the things it gave me, removal and temporary battlegrounds, the first one on the list,
What?
South Shore and Terran Mill.
Did they add that as a battleground?
It said removed and temporary. So I guess at some point it must have been an idea. It might have been because they also have Strand of the Ancients, but it's still in there, isn't it?
Strand of the Ancients. Isn't that
Yeah. I remember dropping a feast in there.
Is that so? That's the one where you go up like the hill,
I don't know.
where
I
you
just
take
dropped the feast
turns
and
assaulting
left.
the shore. Like how you come in on a boat and you go up and you gotta go through the doors.
Yes.
Is
and
that Strand of the Ancients?
You get some vehicles.
Yeah, some vehicles. I don't like. I mean, I used to love that battleground. That used to be my favorite one. I feel like in Original Wrath, but I tried playing it like Wrath Classic. I'm not a fan. It's just not my favorite. but I'm also not big on the battlegrounds. So does that was there anything else in Discord? Because I feel like we kind of roundabout eventually answered the scenario.
No, I think we had some good answers there. Nothing else in Discord that I know of. Sam I mentioned the comment. Sam had a good comment as well from Falcon Mick. Did you mention that?
Oh, no.
What are we talking about? Oh, did you screenshot
He says, I screenshotted it. He says, I know sometimes y'all poke fun at her for not talking much, but holy F, does the pod feel much empty without her? So people, one person missed me.
So we're not good enough. Well, it is
No
different.
Comment? No.
What? I had
We're
comment.
not good enough. No comment.
Oh.
I was saying that.
That's mean. Yeah, no, it's definitely different because it's a threesome, and it's no good with only two.
Don't word it like that.
Well, there's three of us doing a podcast together. What would you call it?
I don't know.
A tricast? A tricast.
Trio.
We're a tricast.
I was going to say tripod, but that's already a thing.
Tripod's behind you.
Deep Wind Gorge.
It's a weird way to describe a three-person podcast, but okay.
It's the Echo. Echo. No.
Is that now what?
In the new
expansion is that?
battleground situated in the Valley of the Four Winds, the Alliance and the Horde
Four Winds sounds like Pandaria.
Continue their war for Pandaria's precious resources.
Panda skins? What is the precious resource from Pandaria? I feel like it's panda skin.
While the two factions battle for control over mines, they must also protect their own resources from being stolen and turned against them. So that's a big fight. Type resource location Silithus?
Battle for the...
Oh, that's Seething Shore. Doesn't give me much. But this computer, I guess, I'm going to have to download a new browser on it. Because
What are
it's
you
not
using?
loading everything.
You're not using Microsoft Edge, are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I just turned this on from after being off for a number of years. And I just put it on so that I could have Discord at my fingertips while I'm using my phone to record.
See, Microsoft Edge is the only thing I can think of that's worse than whatever that Apple browser is. Like, what's the deal with... You don't have an Apple phone. What's the deal with Apple products? It's my Jerry Seinfeld bit. Except they didn't have...
What's
just
up
had
with
apples.
that?
What's up with what?
I don't know. Is that like a Seinfeld thing?
Yeah, the whole cliched, what's the deal with airline food? I can't do a Seinfeld impersonation, but...
Why would you want to? Do you know who he is?
Do I? Yeah. Do you? Why would you? Do you not know who Seinfeld is?
Oh, you don't get the reference.
No.
Oh, what was the name of that late night interviewer?
David Letterman?
Nope.
Jay Leno?
Nope. It was
Johnny
like
Carson?
No, it was a news format, not a talk show
News
format.
Stephen Colbert.
No.
Oh.
Jermaine Stewart? Jon Stewart?
Nope. Nope.
John Oliver?
Nope.
Trevor Noah.
Nope.
Saturday Night Live?
No.
What, they had a news section. I've lost track of okay, so what's the context? Late night news, Walter Cronkite. I don't know.
Stephen Colbert.
I don't know. Anyway, he was interviewing Jerry Seinfeld, and he says, "Oh, so did they cancel your show, or just he was talking to him about a show, and he said, "Do you know who I am? They don't cancel me." And it's like, I'm thinking, you know what? He might have asked you a question the whole time he was answering it,
and it wasn't Letterman, Leno, or Conan.
No. But anyway, I'm just thinking the whole time he probably knew the answer to the question. He was asking it so you would answer it on the air, but...
Well, yeah, probably. I've also heard that Jerry Seinfeld can be a bit of a...
douche?
Yeah. But I don't know. I've never met him, and I don't care. And I don't know why we're even talking about this. So let's move on and just talk about what we did in-game this week, because as we have pointed out to Sam before our little break, we did play together this week quite a bit, despite Sam saying we didn't play together at all. So what did you accomplish anything interesting this week, Sam?
I got to level 80 before Al.
By a couple hours.
I was stressing that. If I went to bed,
Larry King.
Oh. I forgot about him.
In fact-
Is he dead? He's dead,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He
Okay.
got the vid, the Rona.
Is that what killed him?
No, he's like 100.
Larry King?
In fact, I
Yeah.
had
No, I'm pretty sure he's dead. Is he not
He,
dead?
he is, but I don't
Heart
think
attack.
Actually,
It was probably a heart
I
attack.
don't think it was actually.
Didn't he have like 6 heart attacks? No, he had 6 wives. How many heart attacks did he have? 1 for each wife? Maybe. What do you looked like you found something interesting.
It's just the first thing that comes up in the video says Jerry Seinfeld pays tribute to Larry King. Resurfaces awkward. Do you know who I am? Interview moment. Oh, it reminds me of a work joke.
Well, that's the end.
This is the end.
Al's weird, awkward, strange work stories are at the end. And we're back. So, oh, you know what? I probably put an ad break there. That sounds like a thing I would have done. Sam's looking up things.
Yeah, I can't find anything.
You can't
I
find
don't know.
anything?
I wasn't
Well,
really
here, let me.
looking that hard,
I'm
but-
going to on the spot look for this week in Al. Ooh.
Al, how good is good enough?
See here's one thing you can do when you look up stuff. If it says artificial intelligence, you can just shorten it. So, like for instance, I'm going to read this one. This website has compiled a list: the 7 reasons why Al can't replace humans at work. I don't want to read the reasons, but you're not fit to replace humans. See, that wasn't that funny. But let me see if I can find something interesting.
Well, Forbes had one says, Al, how good is good enough? Well, as long as you come, that's good.
Oh, here. According to New Yorker magazine, they're asking the question, will Al become the new McKinsey? I don't know because I don't know who McKinsey is. Oh, is it like an artist?
I'll need a little more on that. Well, let me become
Oh,
the new
there are
McKinsey.
so many words in this article. I don't want to read them all.
But yeah, you know what? I've done everything else. I might as well become the new McKinsey.
Okay.
I deserve to be the new. In fact, I'm so good that they're just going to be the old me when I'm said and done. This one here, people ask, does anyone know the future of Al?
Do you know the future of Al?
I do.
I know the future of Al. It may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, but it's going to happen one of these days.
Yes.
Okay.
Is Al safe in the UK?
More like, is the UK was safe with Al there? Oh, here's one. What the Bible says about Al.
Oh.
Nothing good, I hope. Oh, Al can be harmful is the first line in the ad. So there we go. The Bible says that Al is harmful. How does the Bible have anything to say about AI? What does the Bible say about AI? They didn't
It's
have
harmful.
AI.
Well, yeah. It's all knowing, isn't it?
Is it? Let's see.
I'm going to hell for that one, aren't I?
You're going to Al? I heard Al. Something about Al insertion techniques.
If it's open, go.
Oh, so that was a terrible segment because usually I read them ahead of time and I think of something witty to say, but I had nothing there. I was just kind of scrolling through Sam's phone. So that should be a new segment called "We Scroll Through Sam's Phone." Oh, are you getting called into work, Sam?
I was already working. I'll call him back later.
Okay. Did you turn your ringer off?
I did.
Neat. So back to what were we doing this week? So Sam hit 80. Hooray. Did you work on anything after you hit 80?
I just worked on my professions.
Oh, so that's a thing. So what did you have to do for that?
Oh, I got all the nether weave.
Did you finish farming the nether weave?
Yes.
Nice. So you just need frost.
I think Josh, that guy, Al helped me. I don't think you were there.
I ran several mana tombs.
I know, but when I got the last little bit, I don't think
I was not there for the last piece of cloth, no.
No, who was with us? There was 3 of us.
Odonis, wasn't he?
Yeah, Odonis was with us.
Yeah.
He helped me finish.
And
get the
didn't you,
last-
because I was here, I was in the room, I was listening. I think I was working on editing something or something. Weren't,
You were on EQ. No, you were.
was I?
Yeah.
Well, didn't you guys pick up like some low-level random person that was
Level
like, can I
60
join
or
your group?
something?
And you ran him through a couple times?
Just once.
Got him killed.
Did you really?
Yeah, that was my bad. The
We
priest forgot to
wiped.
heal.
Actually, no, we wiped.
Didn't you
We
like
wiped
mess?
because,
How did
like-
you wipe in mana
No,
tombs?
because
With
when-
3 level 80s?
we weren't level 80. Were we level 80 by
Yeah,
now?
we were level
okay,
80s.
So what it was because I wasn't focusing on healing because we weren't dying.
Then how did you wipe?
I don't remember how it happened, but
I was the last one standing. I tried so hard.
no, it was me. I didn't actually die on the wipe.
No.
Remember?
Oh wait, neither did I.
Oh, right.
Right. Then it's not a wipe if nobody died.
No,
No,
I popped back
it wasn't
up.
a wipe, but
She
Odonis died.
She got out. I popped back up with my onk.
And is he 80 now?
He's not 80 yet. He's 70. I want to say 8.
Okay, so a 78 Prot Paladin,
Oh, we pulled the whole
an
room.
80 Disc Priest,
We pulled the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
room.
That-
and
That's
an
what it
80
was.
Enhancement Shaman.
I did that, didn't I?
You did that.
First boss, pandemonium, whatever. I sent my dogs in right to the middle of the room. I thought we'd survive.
How did you
That's
not?
what it was.
Shouldn't you have?
It was everything in the room came at us.
That's not that much.
The whole room. You haven't even done the whole room with us yet.
Not on this character. I can do the whole room on my Prot Pally.
Okay, well, I didn't have a prop valley.
Yes, you did. That's what Odonis is.
Well, he was like level 70 something.
He was 80, 78.
I'm not
I
throwing.
don't know. I don't know if that's how high he was. Maybe 75.
Maybe you all were a little too high, and that's why you couldn't.
No, I lasted long enough. I had everything hitting me, and I was hitting it back, and I was ooming, and I was dooming, and I was glooming.
Ooming, like you ran out of mana?
Yeah,
Okay. That's probably part of your problem. Did you not get angry?
I did a couple times.
Okay.
I was in a rage, a shamanistic rage.
And Sam probably has tools she could have used that she hasn't. You know, here's the thing. Don't wait for me to explain each part of your class to you. I don't know how to play a priest.
Yeah, I know.
Like, just look through your
don't
spell
even
book
know.
and read the things and be like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. Or
And-
read that website that I gave you that tells you all
Okay,
the
so
skills.
speaking of that, so you
Yes.
gave me money to dual spec.
Yes.
So I got the shadow form.
Yes.
So you sent me the link. So I read
Yes.
it up.
Did you?
I fixed my bar.
Okay.
I can kill faster in my holy spec than shadow form. So I don't know what I'm doing
I wonder
wrong.
if it's a gear thing.
So I don't know what I was doing
Like
wrong.
you're doing less damage with Shadow?
Yep.
See, I don't.
So I don't know what I am.
So someone
doing wrong.
listening who knows what priests are, because I've never played a priest.
I know
I
somebody that
don't
played
know
a
how
priest.
priests work. Do you? Who?
Brad.
Oh, I
Brad
guess
played
I
a
could
priest. Oh
message
yeah,
him.
Brad was a shadow priest.
Although this was classic. This was.
That was classic, but I mean it should be
1 to
roughly the
60.
same, right? Which reminds me of something. Yeah, someone needs to teach someone needs to teach Sam how to play Shadow Priest, because I am not the person, because I don't know how to play Priest. But my thing. Oh, let's finish talking about what you did this week, and then I'll say my thing.
That's it.
Really, you didn't make a hunter?
Oh yeah, I guess I made a hunter.
Okay.
I got to level
That's-
15
That's odd.
Solo.
solo. I've made it to level 15 all by myself. I asked Josh once to help me, and he said, "What? You can't do it yourself?" So I did it myself.
Did you? I didn't
Well,
say. I did say that. I think. But
in
you
his
should be able
defense-
to.
In his defense, is like your fourth hunter.
But the thing. Oh, and so.
But it was before. I was low level. I think I don't know. It was before I got.
She was
my-
level 8, and she wanted to do a level 11 elite quest. And I think my answer was just get 2 more levels and do it then. Like,
That was your
because
answer
the
to
thing
me.
is, yeah, and that's a valid answer, because the alternative is
Do you remember that
I
answer
switch
to me?
over to my. No, I don't.
Okay.
The alternative is I switch over to my paladin, and I hearth the Dalaran, and then I take the Iron Forge portal, and then I mount up and I run all the way down to you are. I follow you to the quest. I smack the guy once, and then I hearth back to Dalaran.
Okay.
That's a lot of work for. No, I don't wanna.
But you do it out of love.
Do I? My nose is itchy again. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So you say oh, it's your fourth hunter. So can I make fun of you for a second, Sam?
Why?
Because it's funny. I just thought it struck me as like
Sometimes you laugh with the jokes. Sometimes you get laughed at. because of the
it struck me as one of those
too.
situations where I was like, should I have to answer this question?
jokes. Me too. I'm there too. So
Okay.
Because you often ask me about gear upgrades. Like you'll get a quest reward and you'll mouse over it and it'll say, "Oh, my nose is so itchy." You'll mouse over it and say, like for example, on her priest,
It's curly like a pubic hair.
yours are curly.
And white.
So she
Yours
will,
aren't curly?
No, I comb mine out and blow dry them.
That must be why. You're
So
not supposed to do that.
they're like 6 feet long. I have to like wrap them around my
You
leg.
can braid those motherfuckers.
I could. That's all seems inappropriate. So Sam will finish a quest, right? Say on a priest, for example.
She can. Hold on. See.
So Sam will finish a quest. Let me tell my story. Sam will finish a quest before the power goes out. Sam will finish a quest on her priest, for example. And her priest can only wear cloth. So the quest rewards will come out, and there's like 3 options that are red, and there's 1 that she can use, right? And then she mouses over that, and it's all green numbers. It'll say like plus 15 spell power, plus 28 stamina, plus 30 int, and those are the stat changes. So green and a plus. I don't know if this is an
-1
add-on,
spirit.
but and maybe -1 spirit. I don't know. And so those are that's standard UI, right? That's not an add-on. Like does it say that by standard?
I think so.
So that'll pop up and it'll say that, and she'll turn her laptop and she'll say, "Is this an upgrade?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." So you need to learn how to decide what's an upgrade. I know you're capable of it. You can learn this. You don't need to ask me every time.
I will.
You just need to know your stat priority. But the funny thing is, so I think she's in a habit of doing this. So she's playing a hunter, and is it your 4th hunter or your 3rd hunter?
I think it's her 3rd. I kind of exaggerated.
But she's gotten hunters to
know.
max level multiple times. And she finishes a quest, and
You should be a hunter goddess by now.
I still can't play it.
and it's a weapon reward, right? So hunters use a bow, and all of the options were either swords or maces. So a couple she could use. And she turns it toward me and she says, I don't remember exactly what she says, but she says, "Do I have to worry about the DPS on the sword, or do I just look at the stats?"
Stat sticks.
They're
Use
stat
them
sticks. Melee weapons are stat sticks for hunter. You know this.
Just like a druid.
You've been playing a hunter for years. You know this. And the one weapon had agility on it. You need agility. You know this.
You're just being mean now.
I'm not being mean. I just thought it was funny.
I think you just pointed out that
Because you pointed out that this is like her 4th hunter. And just, you
sorry.
know, you don't need to ask me every time there's an item that drops if it's an upgrade.
I think she's just insecure. She's worried. That
you
she's
know your class by now.
Gonna, she's worried that she's going to make a mistake.
I'm not trying to make you feel bad, Sam. It was just funny because it made me
you can
laugh
do that
a
without
little bit.
trying. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I think she just likes the reassurance from you.
Maybe.
You're her go-to guy, and you're just mocking her.
You're just giving me looks now, Sam. What?
What did you do this week?
I
Trying
got
not to laugh
I got to
anymore.
80. I said
It
okay.
wasn't funny, Sam.
I said
It wasn't
okay.
funny.
I said okay. Good. Sam's 80. I can do it now because
No, you didn't.
Then she won't be mad at me.
Did you actually slow down?
No. Well, I mean, I slowed down, but not with any intention.
Because I kept telling Josh, I'm like, I need to get to 80 before Al.
I know you wanted to be 80 before me. I looked a little bit at Valheim as well. I managed to find one. Okay, this is Valheim.
Well, I have a question for you. How many times so when did I make the hunter?
What? I'm still.
What?
I'm
Are you
just,
still laughing at me?
No, I'm just laughing at your reaction because
Laughing
you
with
seem
you.
mad, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get in trouble later.
Don't be mad. We're gonna say things.
Okay, so when did I make the hunter?
We're gonna pick on you. You're gonna pick on us.
Thursday.
It's a mutual thing. We're having fun.
Okay, so I made my hunter on Thursday. And people keep adding me to guilds. And
Oh,
I kept
that's what
asking
you mean.
Josh to log on to add me to the guild with my hunter, but he wouldn't because he's like, it takes too much time to take down EverQuest to load.
I didn't
WoW.
say
Send
that.
me a
You asked
message.
me when I was on my way to work.
Anyway, so
I've been home a number of times.
So I kept looking to see if you could log on. Nothing. Okay, so I'll look again. Okay, he's in the BattleNet. Okay, he hasn't logged on yet. I'm like, okay, he's going to log on eventually. Have you logged on at all since Thursday?
Yeah. Sometimes you're off already, but I mean, when I get home from work, I make some food. And then I said, okay, I'm just going to sit down. I can't play a game while I'm eating, so I'm just going to sit down.
Why
watch a show
not?
While I'm
Yeah.
eating.
How?
So it's there. Well, because my hands are eating. I can't. If I could play mentally, that would be fucking awesome. First of all, but no.
Oh, see, we get food and we come sit down and we'll like fly and run to where we're going while we're eating. We
But-
always eat while we play.
But I've not had.
We don't get up
'Cause
from
how
this
many
desk.
times do you yell at me for eating into your mic?
That's just with chips.
It's yeah. I know I'm home and I see you logged in. I see you playing, and then by the time oh, she's gone now. And then you haven't been home either. So I just haven't felt much of a drive. I've gone back. I got to 80. But I'm there. Message me.
Here's
If
the
I'm
here's
home,
the thing.
I'll get on and I will put you on, even if I have to get out of EQ. I'll do it for you. I'm not
Here's
in
the
EQ.
thing. Here's the thing, though. We're at that point where 20th of June. 20th of June, the new content comes out, and it's not just a new raid. It's also a new 5-man dungeon. It's also new beta protocol, et cetera, et cetera. It's a bunch of new tournament dailies.
Which I'm not geared enough to get into anyway.
The tournament dailies?
Well, the tournament deals, yeah.
Yeah. There's more. There's stuff to do. So there's new. We're on stale content right now. So we've kind of done our stuff.
I would like, because there's 3 of us, we could do it.
We should get back into doing mount runs.
Yes.
Like on our original characters or these ones?
You know what?
Either or, I don't know.
We keep saying it. Let's get serious about the mount runs.
Oh,
Let's make a list of all the mount runs and make a schedule for every mount run. And if somebody can't go, then
do it anyways.
before I forget, when does
it's
what is it called?
21st?
Lunar Summer Fire Festival. What is it called?
Midsummer.
Midsummer.
When does that start?
I believe it's going to be the 21st.
Okay, so after the new patch, because we need to
'cause
remember to do that.
I thought it was
Okay.
going to start sooner.
Oh, okay.
And I was reading on it today, and I actually sent some stuff to me.
Okay, so you go back to what you were saying. While I was thinking of it, I needed to ask because I was going to forget.
Who was talking?
Al.
Mount runs.
Okay.
Make schedule. We can do it at the beginning of each week. As long as we have a list and go, okay, when are we working? We can arrange for times where we're going to get together.
I worked 6 to 10 every day.
Yeah, some of us aren't that lucky to have a schedule.
Weekends
Actually,
off.
my schedule is pretty much the same now. Other than when they call me in to cover other people's positions because I'm so knowledgeable in that particular place.
My schedule rotates like everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
I worked 10 to 6 the other way on Wednesday instead of 6 to 10 on
Oh, on Wednesday?
this Wednesday.
Okay, but you know I'm out of town that day, right?
Nope.
Because I told you. That's the day I have to go out of town. I won't be back until like 5.
Can you reschedule it?
No. At least I think
We'll
it's
talk
I
about
think
this
it's Wednesday.
after the podcast.
It might
you
be
pick up
it
our
might be
kid from
Thursday,
school?
but I think it might be
Just
Wednesday.
kidding.
Well,
No, I'll be at work
I know, I was
Tuesday,
just kidding.
1:30 to 10.
I was kidding.
maybe it's Thursday. Maybe it's Thursday I'm away. It might be Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I typically work in the afternoon. So if you're home during the day, both of you are home during the day, we could do a couple quick mount runs before I go to work. Mount runs we can do on our own. Like, we can farm the hell out of Strathholm.
Oh, Strathholm mounts, yeah, but that mount's never going to drop.
What I was saying was I know we could do it ourselves.
I want to transfer my other paladin over so I can work on that one. Okay, whatever.
Yes, I know. Have you tried to transfer recently?
No, I keep forgetting to look.
I wanted to look, but I keep forgetting to.
What were you saying, Sam? Nobody interrupted you, Sam. It was a response to what you were saying.
I want to go back. I want to do all of the dungeons.
Didn't we? Like
I-
on our
I-
other
Ones?
characters? And not on you want
I-
to do them all on these ones?
Yeah.
I don't have Oculus on my other character.
Oh, I hate that dungeon.
I have
Oh,
it.
yeah, because you were there, but you released on the final
Yeah.
boss.
Because I thought you guys were going to wipe.
No.
So I said, all right, tackle this. Click. Complete. Like,
Oh. Yeah, we can do that. Do you,
But,
want, you
uh,
want to do it on the new characters?
Yeah.
I would also like to do the rest of the achievements to get the mounts,
Which achievements is that?
which means we'd have to do the Oculus like 4 times successfully.
Oh, like the
Ruby
hero
Void,
of
the
Northrend
Emerald Void,
and
yeah.
whatever. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean
don't
that would
even
be.
know what is
I was
that?
waiting for you. That's the. You know how the elite, not elite. What's the word? Heroic. You know how the heroic dungeons have like different achievements attached to them, like the one where you have to pull the abomination under the sword and get it killed, and the
Oh,
other
yeah.
like there's ones where you have to.
That one's hard for us too.
Yeah, we messed that one up. And there's like various ones like that. If you complete all of those, you get like a meta achievement and a mount.
Okay.
And is there a
Why do
mount
we
for
have
the
to do it
dungeon
4
one?
times? Oh.
Because in Oculus, you have to beat it with everyone as a green, everyone as an orange, everyone as a red.
I
There's
don't
only
know.
3.
I don't know if there's a mount.
There's a title. I don't know if there's
There's
an
a
amount with
title.
the dungeon one. There's definitely, if there is, it's not a 310 because the 310 speed mounts, you need the raid achievements for those.
Yeah, and there's no reason we can't get those done either.
Yeah, no, I'm sure we can. We'd need to
So-
put together a group,
What we are talking,
especially the 10-man one.
what we're talking about, is this our original group or our new group?
I don't know. See, that's why I don't like that achievements. I'm going to complain again. That's why I don't like that achievements aren't account bound.
You know,
Because to
Because-
continue with achievements, we'd have to go back to the other server.
and we don't have friends there.
No.
We could easily get a 10-man group on our new server.
Yeah, I'm sure we could.
So
So
I guess let's focus on achievements
yeah.
for that one.
So Blizzard, either account bind achievements or open up the in transfers. I don't know why I didn't say it that time, but I said it every other time.
Because we're only allowed to say it twice per episode.
because
Or else we won't be aired on network TV anymore.
I was so close to being done the lore master on my original.
Yeah, if by close you mean almost halfway there, yeah.
Well,
No, you had gone a long way. You finished the whole Eastern Kingdoms.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it all over again.
You don't have to do anything.
Okay, but then I have another question about that.
What?
Horde, Alliance are different.
Yes.
Is that your question?
So
No, just kidding.
if it does open account base, does it still count?
I don't know. How does it work in retail? Do you know?
No.
Is there lore master in retail? And if so,
Yes.
Because achievements are account wide on retail, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Do we know when that happened?
Titles are account wide.
I know titles, mounts, toys, pets, achievements, they're all account wide on retail.
Toys.
I'm going to say Pandaria.
It's a later expansion thing. Do you think?
I think it's Pandaria because it's after Cataclysm. And Pandaria is where they started the pet battles, right? So everything went account wide.
Maybe.
The pets were account wide.
Was the pets Pandaria? The pet battles?
Yes.
I mean, it might be. I thought that was Cataclysm.
I don't think so.
I think pet battles were Cataclysm.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know for sure. That's just what I thought. But I don't remember things going account wide in Cataclysm.
Well, the pets had to go account wide.
Did
Or
they?
you couldn't use them.
Well, couldn't you just use them on the character you collected them on?
Then you'd have to collect the same pets over and over. I think it was all one and the same.
Yeah, but the entire World of Warcraft is collecting the same things over and over again. So that's not exactly new.
Yeah, I have another question for you too, or for anyone who wants to
Okay.
do it. You guys have been playing for how many years?
I don't know.
I know off and on for about 100.
Maybe.
Do you guys not get bored of the same quests over and over and over and over again?
I'm going to respond to that with a question. Al, have you heard of TikTok?
We already had this conversation.
I used to have a watch that did that.
So Sam asked me this the other day because I was playing, I don't know, video games, which I do play more than one of. It's not just WoW. And she's like, do you not get bored? Because we got on and we were playing together. I think that's when we were playing our mage and shaman. And we played those together for like an hour, and then she was done because she wanted a break.
Because I was bored.
So I switched and played something else, and she's like, how do you sit and play games like hours and hours on end? And I was like, you scroll through TikTok for like 16 hours a day, and it's just the same video that a different person's made over and over and over again. It's no different.
It's different.
No, well,
I
it's
think
different
it's
because
different.
we're doing something.
Yeah.
The video games are engaging. TikTok is brain rot. Ooh, does that rhyme? TikTok is brain rot. That should be a thing. I should clip that and put it on TikTok. But yeah, that's the answer to that question, because they're fun. Okay. And no, I don't get bored. Why would I get bored? When I get bored, you know what I do when I get bored? When I get bored, I play WoW a little bit less and play EQ or Valheim. And then when I get bored of them, I play them a little. Come on, you did the
Play
same
what?
thing. What?
Play what?
I didn't play EQ.
EQ or Valheim.
And what was the other one?
I said when I get bored of those, I play those less and WoW more. Or I play 7 Days to Die. Or I play Factorio. Or I play Satisfactory. That's a fun game. Or I play Civilization. or I play one of the many other games that
Okay,
exist.
I get it.
If you play any of those games which are multiplayer, and invite us in, we'll get some video and we'll add it into our content.
We could.
Yeah. So at its core, Pet Battles in World of Warcraft turn the simple task of collecting companions into a fully fledged turn-based game akin to JRPG systems like in the Pokemon franchise. For
Which
many
was super
players,
fun.
Pet Battles still feel like a new and confusing feature, even though it's been a mainstay of the game's side content since Mists of Pandaria.
Really? They didn't add it in Cataclysm?
Nope.
Weird. I liked collecting those pets because you go and you capture them and you can get like common versions, but you can get rare and epic versions of pets too. So it was like, you remember Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
It was kind of like Pokemon Go in WoW.
You get to throw balls at them.
Kinda.
But there were also some you can only collect at a certain time.
Or in certain places.
Like the ones outside of Encourage, only in August, those little humanoid ones spawn.
Don't remember that. But you would like the pet battles.
The ghosts outside of Karazhan?
You probably did the pet battles because you played with me in that era a little bit.
I like the ghosts outside of Karazhan as well.
Don't remember that. I don't remember a lot of specific pets.
Yeah, so I used to research the pets, and you try and find the rare ones, and you try and get the blue ones. The blue ones were the good ones.
Were there not epic pets?
Yep.
There were? Okay.
Yeah, there's blue, green, and just regular. If I recall.
Oh, so there weren't
correctly.
epic. Because I just asked you, and you said yes, and then you just
Yeah, I
said
guess
there's
blue's
just
not
blue, green, and
epic.
regular. Epic is purple.
Yeah, I think there might be a few.
I don't remember. I feel
I
like
think
if there's
there are.
I feel like if there's gray, green, and blue, there should be epic as well, but maybe there's not. I don't remember. I remember the pet battles. I remember enjoying it. I remember it being a very fun part of that expansion, probably the most fun part of that expansion, because I definitely didn't raid in Pandaria. I barely did dungeons. So I think that's the only reason I played it, but I don't remember any details beyond that.
I like pet hunting. You go to some of the old zones, you get little fire elementals, you get them over in Shadow Moon Valley.
So instead of Pokemon Go, it's Pokemon WoW.
Cool.
So that could be a segment. If we're still doing this in like 14 years when they release Pandaria Classic, then we can have a segment of our podcast that's like called Pokemon WoW, and we can like talk about pets.
Wowapokia.
Wow, that's harder to say.
I said it. How hard could it be?
I can't say it. I'm not even going to try.
I'm going to chrysitize you.
You can't even say it wrong right.
I can't even say it wrong right. Yeah, I'm going to chrysitize you on that one.
So what else do we have to say?
Well, I was going to talk about the upcoming event.
The Flame Fire Festival?
Yeah, the Flamekeeper Meta Achievement is coming up soon from the Midsummer. It's going to start, I believe, on the 20th or 21st. They just announced it, but
Of June?
Yes.
So it's the midsummer event, but it starts on the first day of summer?
Okay, midsummer. It does not mean midsummer. You know what midsummer means, right?
Middle of summer, yes.
No. Have you seen the movie?
That's with an O. This is with a U.
Anyway,
But it's about the flowers and the ribbons and the
Yeah.
so
except less murder, I think.
In WoW, there's a ton of murder in WoW.
I'm hoping
WoW is mostly murder.
Midsummer.
to come out with another video to explain this a little bit.
It's almost entirely murder.
But to get the Flamekeeper achievement, you need to get the achievements included in it is the King of the Fire Festival, Torch Juggler, the Fires of Azeroth, Ice the Frost Lord, Burning Hot Pole Dance.
Ooh.
That's what I was talking about.
And,
Was it?
and because I was looking at this from Okona, Desecration of the Alliance. So I'm going to guess it'd also be Desecration of the Horde.
Yeah.
So the King of the Fire Festival, you complete that quest, you have to get a Thief's Reward. To complete the quest called a Thief's Reward by stealing the flames from your enemy's capital cities. So that's going to be fun. We have to go into
Ugh.
enemy
You know what
capital
that
cities.
means? Bunch of murder.
Yeah.
Torch
Cage.
Juggler. Juggle 40 torches in 15 seconds in Dalaran.
That's just something where you have to click on things 15 times quickly.
Oh.
It's not as hard as it sounds. That's what she said.
So then we have to keep the we have to honor the flames in the Eastern Kingdoms in Kalimdor and Outlands.
How do you honor a flame?
I'm gonna figure that out later.
That's like
Well,
my
you
question
just
from
throw, like-
earlier. How do you honor an elder?
You just throw something. Then we have to slay a hoon in the slave pens.
A who?
A hoon.
What's a hoon?
Bless you.
More murder.
Then a burning hot pole dance. We have to dance at the ribbon pole for 60 seconds while wearing completed midsummer set. So
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
so that was what I was talking about.
Was it?
Dancing the pole with the flowers and the ribbon.
then we have
that's you're
to-
talking about the maypole.
No,
That's
no.
what the-
This is the June
Oh.
pole
Oh,
If you're talking about the maypole, we're gonna be able to craft. We can craft that now.
because it's May.
No, because it's also their midsummer event.
Oh, it's not even summer yet. I don't think people know what mid means.
You're being pretty mid right now. Maxwell Jacob Friedman knows what mid is. He uses it all the time.
I don't know who that is.
He's a wrestler. He's champion of AEW.
Oh, why
I
would
know-
I care?
So as well as honoring fires, we also have to extinguish fires. So we get to go in extinguish.
So
the
that's when
opposing
you
faction
drink a
fires.
bunch of beer at the campfire and then pee on it after.
Yeah, you pull a nice little Tom Hanks.
That's how you extinguish fires.
And that's why your breakfast always tastes like piss the next day when you cook it up in the same.
No, you just burn it off for a bit. It smells for a few minutes at most.
Then you do all that.
We
You
need
get
to
a
go
title.
camping.
I don't
The
want
flame-
to tent camping.
Why
I don't want to
not?
sleep in a tent.
Why not?
So, if you do all that, as a Horde member, you get the Flame Keeper a title. As Alliance, you get the Flame Warden title. And we will have finished our long, strange trip.
Nice.
Wrong.
Well, Sam won't have,
I said we. I was talking about Josh and I.
because Sam, despite my best efforts to talk her into it, would not participate in the Oktoberfest. No, Brewfest.
I was so frustrated with that. I only need one achievement.
Well, you're almost
it.
done then.
Is it the Ram? Tell me it's the Ram.
She wouldn't do the ram race to get her tokens.
I just need to join the brew of the month, and then I get the achievement, and then I
Then
get
join.
the long streak.
Why didn't you just join the Brew of the Month?
Because she wouldn't do the dailies to
I
get the
did.
tokens to join it.
This was right at the beginning of starting to play again, and I didn't understand how to do it, and you refused to come and show me.
I showed you so many
No, you didn't.
times. I even did it for you several times.
Anyway,
I
might.
did.
I
I
might.
showed you.
I might start up the Strange Trip on my other tune as well on this one because they don't share it across the account.
Yeah, no, I'll probably do them on both. They better change that. You know what? Everybody listening, our hundreds of thousands of listeners.
No,
No? We don't have hundreds of thousands of listeners?
no, for the millions. And
Is this a wrestling thing too? I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's The Rock.
The what?
The Rock.
The Rock? Like the Johnson guy?
Yeah.
I didn't know he said that. So our millions and millions or whatever you just said of fans or 8 fans, I don't know how many we have. Everyone just bombard Blizzard with like letters and petitions and polite suggestions that they need to make achievements account wide because it is terrible that it is not.
If every one of our fans sent a letter, it wouldn't even trigger the spam filters on the Blizzard accounts.
Well, everyone send 100 letters then. Or better yet,
And get banned.
where is Blizzard headquarters?
Southern California.
Oh, is it that far away?
I don't know.
Oh, shoot.
just made
I was
that
going
up.
to say we should just like go there in person and like beat the doors down and
We need a passport.
to get to California?
Yeah.
I guess we do. Well, there goes that idea. We can't storm Blizzard headquarters.
Like, get a passport.
Yeah, but that like takes time and you have to actually do it. You know how it is.
No, I haven't done it in a while.
So, do we want to
I've had it almost 5 years.
do the passport thing
I have to do it again soon.
in sometime in the next 5 years?
No.
Do you not have the 10-year passport?
No. No, I
Did
haven't, I,
you
haven't, I
know-
haven't been there long enough to get the tenure.
Did you know that they slightly changed the... I know. Did you know that they slightly changed the design on the passport? And that is the worst thing that has ever happened? And it is disgrace to everyone who has ever fought in the military?
Hold on a second.
Wait, what?
And
Is
it's
it-
probably woke
is
or
it-
something?
Is it worse than the WoW token?
Oh, it's so much worse.
Oh.
It's so much worse. You have no idea.
I don't. I thought
What
WoW
did they
token was
do?
the ninja.
Oh, they slightly redesigned something that already existed, and it's a
Okay.
slap in the face
Oh,
to everybody.
Well, hold on. I might actually agree to this. What is it?
Just exactly that. They slightly designed the passports. They redesigned the passports They just updated the look, so they look nicer.
Oh,
They didn't alter something, put a dress on a man.
Well,
that's normal.
no, there's no people on it. It's like a coat of arms and stuff. It's a passport.
Did they change it to a coat of legs?
You and your stuff.
What, you want to see it?
No.
No, I'm astonished. Yeah, no, people are too sensitive. You know what? I don't agree with everything that's happening in the world, so cancel me. But you know what? I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm not going to disagree with anybody about it. You guys, we can all just live our life.
So we should boycott the passport, basically, is what you're saying.
No, we should just live and let live. I'm getting a passport because I want to go somewhere hot.
It's hot here.
It is kind of. It's like 18 degrees out today.
Even with the rain, it's still hot.
I mean, when it's cold, I want to go somewhere hot.
So do we want to move on to the slightly amusing but not really work stories with Al? What do we call it?
Well,
now, how
what's the
much
segment
longer
called?
are we recording for?
I don't know, 5 minutes.
I wrote down
That's
some
it?
keywords to
Okay.
remind me of what happened at work, and one of my words is throat. So there's a really good story that happened with the throat, but I've forgotten what it is.
Okay. You didn't choke someone at work, did you?
No.
Because last time you did that, you got in trouble.
Yeah. Anyway, somebody came in looking all nice at work, and my boss came out and said, we should go to the beach. And she goes, sorry, I didn't come my best. There was a bit of a conversation that led up to this, and my boss said, yeah, I'm sorry I didn't bring my thong. And then I turned around. My HR manager was right on top of that. As soon as I turned around, she's like, Alan, don't say a word. And I turned back. When I turned back around and looked at my boss, this is like the center manager. I said, yeah, I had a thong once. The last time I put it on, I lost it. And I haven't been able to find it since.
Some say it's still in there somewhere.
Yeah. That was so funny. Yeah, that's it. I have
You
better
only have
ones.
one?
I had two.
Well,
I
he
just
doesn't
forget
know
what they
the
are.
throat one is.
That's a waste
Well-
of an intro if you only have one.
Well, there was one of my coworkers walked up and she was cleaning out the garbage can because I was sitting down all week. I was doing sales audit this week, so she came in. She emptied out my garbage, and she had keys with routers. She goes, and she kind of talks fast. She goes, "Wow, I just feel like Schneider." And I looked up at her and I smirked, and she looked at me and she goes, "Well, you understand that? You get that?" I said, "Yeah, I get that." She's like, "Nobody gets that."
I don't get that.
Exactly. So yeah. So
Are you going to explain it?
Nope. I'm going to leave this one for Bob. Bob, she came up to me. She had keys jangling off her hip. She said she felt like Schneider. So I want you to explain it to them. I'm not even going to tell Bob what it is. Bob will get it.
You think?
Yes.
Because I feel like some things just kind of exist in your head.
Nope. I feel like he'll know what Schneider is other than a meat.
I guess. Hot dogs, yeah.
And anybody else that gets it, feel free to inform Jam and Josh.
Who?
Sam and Josh.
No.
Sam and Josh. Fill them in on Schneider. Do you know what? You just have to stop. You just have to take it one day at a time.
Is that a TV show?
No, it's a saying. Take things one day at a time.
I know, but I feel like you're referencing something, and I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
Is this how you feel all the time?
Yeah, talking to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just no idea what's going on. So we should wrap things up because I've had to pee for a while now.
Same. I have to go. That's why I asked how much longer.
Okay. You sit down, open up,
No.
and
You
you.
wouldn't- I thought about that before, and he said
Wait,
no.
what?
Well, no, but you don't even have to aim. Just use her as a backboard.
Oh, you mean like peeing at the
Yeah,
same
same
time on the
time.
toilet?
I
don't
thought
know.
about it when we
Use
both
it
had
as a
to pee.
backboard.
You know we have 2 bathrooms, right?
Aim for the belly button.
But things go through my head while I'm peeing.
If you aim for the belly button, you get a bit of a splash on that first shot.
Yeah. I
Gross.
feel like that would make
I
a
don't like
mild
being
mess.
peed on.
So let's close things out here. Let's remind people that we have a Discord. Join our Discord. Like and subscribe, or is that a YouTube thing? Leave comments and reviews. That's one thing we haven't gotten yet.
And if you're
we
listening,
haven't gotten any reviews on the podcast platforms.
good reviews.
We need, I don't care if they're good. I just want something to read on air. We need Apple reviews. We need people to click on the like button on Spotify. You know how there's like, you can do the stars. Give us 5 stars. We've only had like 18 or 20 people review us on Spotify. We need more Spotify reviews. We need Apple comments. We need people in Discord to feed us scenarios like Falcon Mick does. We need, I don't know, we need things.
If
We
you're
need more
doing the-
people to listen. Tell all your friends.
If you are watching this on YouTube, feel free to like and
We
subscribe.
need more girls listening.
That would be cool.
And also, if you're not following us on YouTube, go and follow us on YouTube. You don't have to go back and visit us. Just follow us. Actually, if you want, even just you've already heard it on Spotify, that's fine. Just turn it on.
You're describing subscribing, not following.
Mute it, and
away.
walk away, and then at least we'll get a view.
Al wants to cheat the system.
Let's cheat the system. Let's WoW token YouTube.
See, I'm trying to get people to legitimately review us, and you're trying to cheat YouTube. No, what was I going to say, though? I was going to say a thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, our goal for the next week is to increase our listenership by 100 times what it is right now. So...
How do you plan on...
Oh, I have no plan. I would just like I would like for that to happen. And I figure if I say it into the microphone...
You know what'll increase it?
What? Being more interesting?
Well, that'll help. No, I think we're interesting enough. It's streaming. And I'm not talking about what I was talking about between you and Sam.
Really? That seems inappropriate since we both have to pee.
Careful, you're bent over and choking on something. People might ask questions.
Oh.
We're not allowed streaming on your YouTube. You already made that clear.
Oh, you're going to make Al cry again.
That's it. I quit. New podcast, Mere Casuals Alheim.
You can't use my name.
I can use whatever I want. It's different. It's Mere Casuals Alheim.
No, it's the same.
That's your name. Okay, now we're getting...
I did come up
Can
with
we
it.
stop this? This is getting awkward, and I don't like it anymore.
What do you mean it's awkward? You make things awkward. We're just playing.
Oh, that's true. I'm good at making things awkward.
Okay, so let's close it. You do the thing that you do.
That's incredible.
That's weird.